anything, any little thing that sparks up that relationship, you know, it's extremely important. Dream with one another. And guys, I'm not talking about dreaming and let me just dream about my wife. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about dreaming of like what you want out of your personal, what you want out of your business, what you want from your relationship. Bobby and I used to daydream all the time. When I first met Bobby, we used to get in the car and go see models at these, you know, homes. We wanted to get in real estate so bad. We didn't know how to. We didn't have the money. But we used to go daydream all the time. We knew that we were going to be in real estate when? We didn't know. But we used to go see models all the time, walk them, sit there, daydream. My kids, we used to get them in, well, Brandon was already older, wasn't born, but my daughter, we used to take her to construction sites. Drive her, put her in the back car. She used to cry. She's like, why do I need to do this? I don't want to do this. Take me home. But you know what? We were daydreaming. We were saying, this is what we want one day. This is where we want to be, and we didn't know that it was going to be a multifamily. We had no clue about multifamily. All we knew is that we wanted to be in real estate because everybody in real estate was always very successful. They had like a good business or whatever it was that we just found that was what we wanted. But guess what, guys? Where are we today? We're there. We daydreamed all day long. And you know what? We did it together. And if you guys are not in the same business, or one spouse is the entrepreneur and the other spouse has a job, that's okay too. You could still daydream what you want for your goals in life. You're together. You're one. And if you're not with a spouse, like I keep on implementing, you still have goals. You still have dreams that you need. So you still do this. And if you have a business partner and no spouse, do this with your business partner. What do you want out of your business? You're here today, but you always want to get climbing up those stairs. You always want to get to the top. And the top is like almost never ending. You could always do better. So, make sure that you daydream with your spouse, your partners, your goals in life. It's extremely important to do that. Bobby's always talking about manifesting, PMA, and when I first met him, and he would tell me, we're going to manifest this. We're going to do this. We're going to be, you have to have a positive mental attitude. And I would look at him like, okay, whatever. I'm like, manifesting? What? Like, oh yeah, I want this and it's just going to come about. I didn't believe it at the very beginning. I was too young, and also I didn't have the mindset. But as the years went on, that I would see that everything he said that he wanted to do, we would do it. And at the very beginning, there were very little small things because we didn't have any kind of money to be able to do what he was dreaming. But we would manifest it. We would talk about it. We would sit there. We would set goals. And we were able to accomplish so much by doing this. There's a book out there that's called The Secret. I don't know if any of you have read it. My brother-in-law turned me on to that, Eric, turned me on to that book. And when I read that book is when I understood everything that my husband was trying to tell me to do. But I was following his footsteps, so it didn't really matter. I was just doing whatever he was doing, and I was seeing that things were happening. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is great. But when I read that book, I recommend it to whoever hasn't read it to read that book. It's amazing. It really brings it to tuition. Ooh, this one's a hard one. Practice forgiveness. Guys, this was extremely, extremely hard for me. And I'm not talking about just to forgive and not to forget. That's hard. I'm a victim of this. At the very beginning, it was so hard for me to say sorry or to practice forgiveness. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody. There's not one person in this room that can't say that they don't make mistakes. So you have to make sure that you practice forgiveness for yourself, because all that brings is negative energy. And when you have negative energy in your life, there's no way that you could bring out anything positive. Everything you do seems to always turn out bad because all that anger, anything that you have, whether it's with your spouse or your business partner or with life itself, You have to learn to be able to forgive so that you could have that positive energy, so that you could get things clear and get things done in the right way. I'm terrible at saying sorry or forgiving. I'm Cuban. I don't know if any of you Latins out here, I'm extremely hard, like, oh, I have to say sorry? I have to say it's my fault?